Welcome everybody to the 2024 Acura MDX Type S. You're probably wondering, an MDX again? And you're right, this is the third time I'm reviewing an MDX. So the first time I reviewed was the A-Spec, which was like a mid-trim sporty variant. Then I did the Platinum Elite, which is like the top-end luxurious variant. And then now, today we have the Type S Ultra, which is like the top-end, sportiest, all-out, most expensive MDX you can get on the market today. Let's see how this sporty 7-seater SUV is. So the Type S Ultra, it's the most sportiest, fastest, luxurious version of the MDX. Did I say the most expensive as well? It's got an upgraded engine. So the rest of the MDX lineup has a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. This has the 3 liter turbocharged V6, the same one that I tested in the TLX Type S as well. In fact, now that I've driven the MDX Type S, I've completed the holy trinity of the Type S model. So I've done the Integra Type S, the TLX Type S, and now this. So that's complete, and that's achieved for me off the bucket list. The Type S Ultra also brings in a lot of changes. So the visual changes are that the bumper has much more cuts and creases, much more aggressive vents, so it looks much more sporty. A little bit of a lip on the bottom as well, which looks really good. You've got these beautiful wheels as well, this diamond cut wheels, dual tone, which look really good. Also that stand out are these brakes. So these are Brembo brakes, only part of the Ultra package. Earlier there used to be a Type S and then a Type S Ultra. Now they've only had the Ultra, and you have to get these Brembo brakes. They look really good and they stop even better. I think these are one of the best brakes I've seen in any vehicle. SUV? No, vehicle. That's how good it is. This black paint really looks good. It's very stealth. You've got a hoarding of Type S badges. So you've got a Type S badge on the grille, on the fender, on the rear, on the mats inside, on the steering wheel. They're really trying to tell you that you have paid the big bucks for the MDX. It's got adaptive suspension as well. Everything else, it's just a regular MDX. So it's got all the strong points where it's very practical. It's got 3 rows of seating, and you can mix and match the middle row to make it a captain seat or a whole bench seat. What can I say? Acura did not have to change too much to make this Type S different to the other ones, because it's got very strong core competencies. Just had to uplift a little bit with an engine and slightly sportier bits. So let's see how this SUV drives. I'm now behind the wheel of the 2024 Acura MDX Type S Ultra. So let's get the numbers out of the way. This has a 3 liter turbocharged V6, produces about 350 horsepower, has the SH all-wheel drive or sporty handling all-wheel drive as standard, has the 10-speed torque converter. So let's see how this SUV drives. So I'm right now at a stoplight, so let's actually, test out the performance. So if I put it into sport, and then if I hold it and put it into sport plus, everything just tightens up. It drops a gear, it becomes very eager, and it's just ready to just jump. I have a G meter right in front of me, so it's just ready to jump. And if I floor it, wow, and it picks up really fast. It picks up so quick. It sounds good. It's a bit of pumped-in audio. It's not the most natural sounding engine, so it's actually very quiet. The same motor on the TLX Type S is much more vocal. It's very quiet in this, so I wish it had a bit more drama, because it would have added a bit more appeal, a bit more oral fun when you're trying to drive this vehicle and push it around. But yeah, otherwise it's very fun, very peppy, and the best part is you can just put it back into normal or comfort mode and it becomes a regular MDX. It's the air suspension softens up and it just cruises, and you can just calmly drive this vehicle around. Just go about your day and not be bothered by anything. It is stiff in Sport Plus, but in Comfort I feel like the lateral movement is a bit too much, so the body just shifts from here to there on bumps, and undulations do unsettle it. If you put it in Sport Plus, it's a tad too stiff for Toronto roads, so I'd rather leave it in Comfort because your back will thank you. It drives really well. This has optional Brembos, so honestly it's one of the best brakes I have actually ever used. Not in an SUV, but in any car, full stop. It just feels so perfect. Like the pedal, like you don't have to press it. In fact, I feel like it's a bit too sensitive, and it's like a switch on and off. So you just touch it and you've come to a halt. And it is a very big car. I mean, it is almost like over 2 tons, so it's heavy, but you do not feel the mass at all when you are braking, which is just commendable. The steering is nice. It's a very quick rack. It doesn't have too much feedback, so it's a bit on the lighter side as well. But yeah, can't complain because it is an SUV, right? So they have prioritized a bit more of daily driving compared to sporty track fun. And you perhaps can take this SUV to the track, but would you though? I mean, I wouldn't. It's just a nice luxury barge to just carry your family and waft in speed, because it just cruises at triple digit speeds like nothing. It disposes distance like nothing. It's so accomplished, and that's just a typical MDX trait. So that's very nice. What's not nice is the fuel economy. I've been getting about 15.2 liters per 100 in the city, and that's quite steep. On the highway, you can get 9-10 liters, which is okay, but in 15 is a bit definitely on the higher side. And I've done about 270 kilometers, and I have like lesser than a half tank. So you can see that the in-city range isn't that high. That's perhaps the only downer I can feel in this car. Otherwise, you can just cruise. You have cooled seats, massage seats. Just let this car munch the miles on your road trips. In conclusion then, the 2024 Acura MDX Type S Ultra. It's a great SUV. It drives really well. It looks very striking. It's very practical. It has all the space to take in all your passengers, their luggage. It's got all the tech that you'd ever need, and it just is a very complete package. The fuel economy isn't the best, but hey, it's a performance SUV, right? So fuel economy isn't the top priority of this. If you want fuel economy, go for the lower variants with the 3.5 V6. I'm sure you'll get better economy. At $88,000 Canadian for this Type S Ultra, it's definitely on the very steep side, because at the end of the day, it's still an Acura. At 90,000, would you want an Acura, or would you want a BMW or a Mercedes for that money? I mean, when you're kind of spending that kind of money, I believe a BMW, a Mercedes or an Audi have much more prestige and would look better in your garage. I'm not saying that this is a bad SUV, but it doesn't feel quite as worthy of its price tag at roughly 88 to 90,000. If it was maybe 5 or 10,000 cheaper, it would have been an awesome. Like, it would have just, the pricing would have been the cherry on the top. What can I say? For 2025, Acura does plan to bring a few more upgrades with some tech updates just to make it feel a bit more modern. So if you're in the market to buy a Type S Ultra, maybe you can pick up an old stock up, or you might just want to wait for 2025 to get the most updated, latest version.